In the heart of Shadows Hollow, where the sun dipped below the horizon, the Thompson family's two-story house stood bathed in the glow of the fading twilight. Elm Street, seemingly tranquil, cradled the abode that John, the hard-working father, Emily, the nurturing mother, and their two children, Lily and Ethan, called home. The family's haven exuded an air of warmth and comfort, a facade that masked the unsettling events about to unfold. As shadows lengthened, an ominous stillness settled over Shadows Hollow, unbeknownst to the unsuspecting Thompsons. The moonlight cast ethereal patterns on the streets, a prelude to the chilling night that awaited them. As the Thompsons retired to the sanctuary of their home, Shadows Hollow succumbed to an eerie quietude. Unbeknownst to the family, a malevolent force slinked through the shadows, weaving a tapestry of dread. The moon hung low, casting long, sinister silhouettes on the once familiar streets. Within the Thompsons' haven, the night held its breath. Emily, the nurturing mother, moved through the motions of preparing dinner, unaware that an unseen malevolence lurked beyond the edges of her perception. John, the hard-working father, immersed himself in the humdrum of daily life, momentarily oblivious to the encroaching darkness. Little did the Thompsons know that the tranquility of Shadows Hollow was about to be shattered. The moon, a silent witness to the unfolding terror, bathed the town in an otherworldly glow, its light flickering with a foreboding energy. As the clock ticked into the late hours, a sinister symphony began to play in the quiet corners of Shadows Hollow. The Thompsons, nestled in their beds, were oblivious to the malevolent notes weaving through the night. The intruder, clad in darkness, stepped into their world with a calculated malevolence. The Thompsons' haven became a stage for the impending horror. With merciless precision, the intruder moved through the house, a phantom conductor orchestrating a macabre symphony. Each step, each creak of the floorboards, played a haunting note in the Thompsons' unwitting participation in the night's cruel performance. Emily, the nurturing mother, stirred in her sleep, unsettled by a subconscious awareness of the encroaching malevolence. Shadows danced on the walls, casting grotesque shapes as the unseen intruder moved closer to their bedrooms. The once familiar surroundings became a darkened theater for a family destined to become players in a nightmare. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the night symphony reached a crescendo, and the unsuspecting Thompsons were about to be engulfed in a chilling finale that would shatter the illusion of their peaceful haven. Silence hung heavy in the Thompson household as the malevolent intruder, a puppet master of terror, prepared to execute the next act in the macabre performance. The once joyous laughter of Lily and Ethan, now fast asleep, resonated like haunting echoes in the house. The intruder, veiled in darkness, continued their calculated dance of dread. Lily's room became a stage for a spectral waltz, shadows merging with the whispered secrets of the night. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as the intruder stood at the threshold of Lily's innocence. Ethan's room, a sanctuary of childhood dreams, transformed into a nightmarish tableau. The intruder's malevolent presence cast an unsettling pallor over the room, distorting the familiar into a realm of dread. The innocence that once filled the space now hung in the balance, a delicate thread in the dance between life and impending horror. As the intruder moved with predatory grace, the family's bonds unraveled. The once harmonious rhythms of the Thompson household were replaced by dissonant chords of fear. Shadows, now animate with malicious intent, slithered across the walls, bearing witness to the unfolding tragedy. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the dance of dread played on, and the Thompsons were unwitting participants in a performance that would etch their family into the annals of the town's darkest nightmares. The night in Shadows Hollow unfolded like a malevolent tapestry, woven with threads of fear and despair. The Thompson household, now ensnared in the intruder's web of terror, echoed with the anguished whispers of a family on the brink. As the malevolent symphony crescendoed, the intruder reveled in the disarray left in their wake. Shadows morphed into silent witnesses, capturing the distorted reflection of Lily and Ethan's once vibrant laughter. The wind outside carried the haunting whispers of a town on the precipice, as if nature itself mourned the loss of innocence. In the deepest hours of the night, the malevolent enthusiasm of the intruder intensified. The town, once a haven, now stood tainted by the malevolence that had infiltrated its heart. Shadows Hollow, gripped by the unseen puppeteer, struggled to comprehend the gravity of the tragedy unfolding within its once tranquil streets. The Thompsons, unwitting pawns in the malevolent game, faced the relentless advance of the intruder. The dance between life and death played out in the ethereal silence, leaving the town haunted by the unseen forces that sought to extinguish the flickering lights of familial joy. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the night whispered tales of merciless killing, and the town quivered with the collective fear of an uncertain fate. As the night pressed on, Shadows Hollow struggled to comprehend the malevolence that now stained its once tranquil streets. Law enforcement, thrust into the investigation, faced the challenge of untangling the intricate web of deception woven by the relentless intruder. The Thompson household, now a battleground of despair, all witness to the aftermath of the malevolent dance. Lily and Ethan's laughter, silenced by the cruelty of the night, lingered like a ghostly echo in the air. Shadows, once mere observers, clung to the walls, carrying the unseen weight of the family's shattered bonds. Law enforcement, fueled by a desperate need to restore peace, faced an elusive foe. The murderer's identity remained shrouded in darkness, a phantom orchestrating chaos from the shadows. The town's once calm streets echoed with the footsteps of detectives chasing the remnants of a malevolent symphony. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the Thompsons' home stood as a chilling testament to the web of deception that had ensnared the once thriving family. The authorities, navigating an investigative abyss, wrestled with the enigma that had plunged the town into a nightmarish descent. As dawn approached, Shadows Hollow awaited the revelation of the unseen puppeteer who had left an indelible mark on the town's collective psyche. Law enforcement, fueled by a desperate need to restore peace, faced an elusive foe. The murderer's identity remained shrouded in darkness, a phantom orchestrating chaos from the shadows. The town's once calm streets echoed with the footsteps of detectives chasing the remnants of a malevolent symphony. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the Thompsons' home stood as a chilling testament to the web of deception that had ensnared the once thriving family. The authorities, navigating an investigative abyss, wrestled with the enigma that had plunged the town into a nightmarish descent. As dawn approached, Shadows Hollow awaited the revelation of the unseen puppeteer who had left an indelible mark on the town's collective psyche. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the town braced itself for the revelation of the unseen puppeteer who had orchestrated the malevolent dance. The once tranquil streets, now etched with the scars of merciless killing, stood as a somber testament to the town's darkest hour. Law enforcement, fueled by a relentless determination, closed in on the elusive intruder. The Thompson household, now tainted by tragedy, became the focal point of the investigation. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow cast on the walls, held the potential to unveil the identity of the malevolent force that had shattered the peace. As detectives combed through the remnants of the night, the Thompsons' home became a chilling tableau of the malevolent dance. Lily and Ethan's rooms, once filled with innocence, now bore witness to the aftermath of a ruthless puppeteer. The family, now entwined in the town's collective nightmare, awaited the final confrontation. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, The unseen puppeteer prepared for the climax of their malevolent symphony. The town, haunted by the echoes of merciless killing, stood on the precipice of a revelation that would either deliver justice or plunge them further into the abyss. As the investigation tightened its grip on Shadows Hollow, the town descended further into darkness. The once close-knit community, now fractured by fear, struggled to comprehend the malevolence that had tainted its streets. Whispers of the merciless killings hung in the air, tightening the noose of dread around every resident's heart. Law enforcement, thrust into the abyss of the unknown, grappled with the unseen puppeteer's elusive nature. The malevolent force, having left the Thompson household, continued its spree, leaving behind the town caught in a descending darkness. The Thompsons, now a haunting memory, became symbolic of Shadows Hollow's shattered reality. Lily and Ethan's laughter, once a melody of joy, transformed into ghostly echoes that reverberated through the once happy streets. Shadows Hollow, now a ghost town in its own right, trembled with the collective ear of the unknown as the malevolent symphony played on. Shadows Hollow awaited the dawn that promised both answers and closure. The unseen puppeteer, a harbinger of terror, moved with predatory grace, leaving a town ensnared in the grip of relentless darkness. Shadows Hollow, gripped by a pall of fear, found itself entrenched in an investigative abyss. Law enforcement, fueled by desperation to restore peace, navigated the labyrinthine aftermath left by the unseen puppeteer. Every corner of the once familiar town held traces of the malevolent force that had torn through its heart. Detectives, haunted by the echoes of merciless killings, moved with determined resolve. The Thompson household, now a focal point of the investigation, became a haunting reminder of the puppeteer's relentless advance. Lily and Ethan's rooms, now silent witnesses, whispered tales of a night that had forever altered the fabric of Shadows Hollow. As authorities combed through the remnants of the malevolent symphony, the town's collective fear intensified. Shadows morphed into specters, mirroring the elusive nature of the unseen puppeteer. Each lead, a fleeting glimmer of hope, offered a potential revelation that could pierce the veil of darkness shrouding the town. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the investigation plunged into an abyss of uncertainty. Every step taken by law enforcement echoed through the desolate streets, bearing the weight of a town haunted by the relentless malevolence that had infiltrated its soul. As Shadows Hollow grappled with the aftermath of the unseen puppeteer's malevolent spree, the once calm streets now echoed with the dissonant chords of fear. Lily and Ethan's laughter, now a distant memory, haunted the town's collective conscience, a fragile reminder of the innocence that had been ruthlessly stolen. Law enforcement, entrenched in the investigative abyss, faced the relentless challenge of unraveling the reality that had descended upon Shadows Hollow. Each revelation, every piece of evidence, painted a picture of a town scarred by an unseen malevolence. The Thompson household, standing as a chilling monument to the puppeteer's relentless advance, cast a shadow over the town. The rooms, once filled with familiar warmth, now bore witness to the cold remnants of a malevolent symphony. Lily and Ethan's toys lay scattered, silent witnesses to the disarray that had engulfed their once happy abode. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, the town's unraveling reality became a reflection of the collective fear that gripped its residents. Law enforcement, driven by the desperate need to restore peace, faced the relentless pursuit of justice that would either bring closure or plunge the town further into the abyss. As the investigation deepened, Shadows Hollow stood on the precipice of the final confrontation. Law enforcement, fueled by a relentless determination, closed in on the elusive puppeteer. The town, gripped by fear and uncertainty, held its breath in anticipation of the reckoning that awaited. In the heart of Shadows Hollow, The unseen puppeteer prepared for the final crescendo. The malevolent force, having played its part in the sinister symphony, approached the moment of reckoning. The Thompsons, now forever etched into the town's darkest history, became symbols of the malevolence that had infiltrated their once tranquil streets. Detectives, haunted by the shadows of merciless killing, stood at the threshold of the puppeteer's lair. The town, its soul wounded but resilient, yearned for closure. The malevolent dance, which had unfolded with ruthless enthusiasm, now reached its zenith as Shadows Hollow braced itself for the final notes of the symph in the heart of the town. A chilling wind carried the echoes of a night that would forever linger in its memory. Shadows danced, bearing witness to the impending confrontation between light and darkness. The unseen puppeteer, a spectral figure shrouded in malevolence, awaited the inevitable clash that would define the town's destiny. In the dead of night, Shadows Hollow witnessed the culmination of a harrowing journey. Law enforcement, fueled by determination, confronted the unseen puppeteer in a final showdown between light and darkness. The town, its fate hanging in the balance, held its collective breath as the malevolent force faced the reckoning that had long eluded. As the confrontation unfolded, the identity of the puppeteer was unveiled, a seemingly ordinary resident harboring a less than malevolent secret. Shadows Hollow, scored by the relentless malevolence, now grappled with the aftermath of a nightmare that had left an indelible mark on its soul. The town, once vibrant and tranquil, stood as a testament to the fragility of peace. The malevolent symphony, having played its final notes, left Shadows Hollow haunted by the echoes of merciless killings. Law enforcement, grappling with the weight of the final confrontation, sought to piece together the shattered fragments of a community forever changed. As dawn broke over Shadows Hollow, the town faced the challenge of rebuilding from the ashes of its own horror. The malevolent puppeteer, defeated but not forgotten, became a haunting memory that lingered in the hearts of those who had survived the relentless descent into darkness.